Topic Thursday, and I decided to do another of these videos of like the kind of this kind of person, so kind of like the people, the types of people who shop, so types of crazy people who go to the stores, if you wish. I'm not really sure how to call this video, so something like that. Anyways, let's get started. So the first person on a typical day who goes shopping, one of these people will usually kind of look like, so basically they're walking forwards and backwards. I'm not gonna lie, I do this sometimes, but only in situations where there is no bathroom and I forgot to go to the bathroom at home. I mean, what else can you do? You can't, well, I mean, what else, how else are you supposed to deal with this situation? I mean, what would you do? So basically you're just kind of walking upwards and backwards so you don't end up pissing all over the place. So, but there are some people who do it a little bit weirdly, and they kind of look like they're galloping or trying to like scratch some kind of like itchy spot. I have no idea. And they kind of look like they're either trying to like grab something. I've got no idea. Anyway, they look kind of weird. So number 2 is the kind of person who acts out their confused emotions a bit too confidently, because there are some people in the shopping center who are like just kind of doing their own thing, having a conversation. Like, let's say this person is like just laughing their head off because of a funny joke occurred into the situation, and let's say you're just there watching them, and let's say you're the crazy person who does like this confused face that looks more than confused. It looks like constipated, it looks sad, it looks weird. To be honest, it's just like all the emotions wrapped into one and rolled into your eyebrows. So you're just kind of like, and like I don't understand, like if it was me being confused, I usually just like keep it in my head. I'm just like, okay, this person's clearly weird, I'll just walk away. Well, I'll just stand there and just ignore the person. Like, if I think somebody's weird, I mean, let's just say everybody's weird, and that's what makes you unique, so yay. And the third person that's crazy in the shops is, of course, the shopping assistant. Now, most shopping assistants are either like super strict, super nice, or just straightforward. And some of them are like, I don't even know how to describe them. They're just kind of like so straightforward, and they do everything so quickly, and they also try to look nice doing it, and it doesn't look normal at all. I mean, it does, because it's a typical move. So basically, like, you're talking to a shopping assistant. Let's say you ask them a question like, excuse me, where are the bathrooms? And the shopping assistant will tell you like so quickly, and also put a smile on their face when they know for a fact you didn't understand a single thing they said, and they just love it. I don't get the satisfaction of that. I mean, like, if I quickly said something to a person, I'd only do that just simply because like I'm tired or stressed or something. Otherwise, if I worked as a shopping assistant and said something super quickly, if I was the other person, if I imagined I was the other person, I would be probably super annoyed and super tired of that, so I wouldn't. And so I wouldn't do that. And wait a minute, what are we talking about here? Right, third person. Crazy person, annoying person. Right, shopping assistant. God. They just tell you everything super quickly, super fast, and it's super annoying. And instead, they could just do a simple thing, which may not look professional, but yet simple. All they can do is either just make some really clear signs other than just tiny little symbols in a corner of the shopping center, which is huge because it's a shopping center. And how on earth are you gonna straight away see these two little signs that say toilets and with an arrow somewhere? Because they're not always huge hanging from the ceiling. They could be like in a tiny space on the wall. The worst thing that a shopping center can do is like have a wall full of like newspapers and posters and stuff, and have the toilet sign there as well. Because it may look like a part of the newspaper. And if it isn't, then who's gonna know? Maybe some people, not most people. So either way, those toilet signs and any other really important signs in a shopping center or anywhere really should be very clear. It's also another reason why, if you're expecting someone to come to see you one day, that's maybe one of the reasons they're late coming back from the shopping center to see you. And fourth annoying / crazy kind of person is a person you would probably meet there. So let's say you're in a card store and you're just like let's say you drop something just so like that's how I meet people in a shopping center. I usually like drop something, they're like, oh, here you go, and then a conversation has risen up, and that's it. That's pretty much it. All you need to do is drop something just to make simple conversation because you're bored and because your phone is probably out of charge. So this person isn't always probably super nice as they seem the first second because they're just pick your thing up. They might be just picking up your things because, I mean, what else are they supposed to do in this situation? I mean, it's either you who picks your stuff up because you dropped your stuff, or it's another person who's just being super nice or pretending to be super nice because they want to look normal. Normal people scare me. And the thing that's weird about normal people, like, who are they? I don't get it. Like, we know that there are normal people, but what is exactly being normal? Like, I mean, in many different situations, like, what is the right approach for you to seem normal in a situation? Like, like in a card store dropping something. Like, how are you supposed to, what's the difference? I mean, of course, a crazy person would probably be a person who would not pick up your card, but probably, I know, storm out the store and like, before that they would like punch you or something. That's a crazy person. Well, clearly. A normal person, in my opinion, would probably be a person that either picks up your stuff or just stands there in the line like texting or something. And the most annoying thing about like the rules of how to act normal in a shop or like a queue or a line is that you need to be doing something. You can't just be like standing there literally just looking at the line, doing nothing. I know I've gone a little bit off topic, but I'm just getting interested in what I'm talking about. Anyway, um, you have to be like either texting on your phone or talking on the phone, or you could be like talking. The thing is that in a line somewhere, like for instance, if you're standing in a line in a post office, well, you probably wouldn't be texting because you want to make sure you go at the right time. Because at a post office, it's kind of like an important place, so you wouldn't be wasting your time texting. Even though people will say it's not a waste because you're entertaining yourself. Because you don't want to be just standing there waiting for your turn whilst holding some random stuff. But in a normal queue for like, if some people are like holding their money and their purses and like whatever they want to buy or buying, then I don't usually see anybody talking to anybody else in a line or a queue. It's just texting and stuff. Is this because people are shy to talk in a queue? I mean, there's a whole conversation going up in the front of the line, so why can't there be a conversation in the middle of the line or there or there? I don't get it. Like there's nothing to be ashamed of. I mean, it's the same with talking in a library. I mean, talking is not allowed, especially loud talking. But it also depends in what kind of library you're in, because if it's a library like where there's literally just a person who's just if it's just a library with no people in it, then talk all you want. But if you're in a library where there's like specific strict rules, then it's better that you kept your mouth shut. I mean, the worst thing that can happen is you get kicked out, probably, right? And I think that, like, wait, what am I even... Oh, God. So basically, there's, like, no conversation going on. Like, there's nothing to be ashamed of. I mean, in the library, there are rules, but you still can whisper. I mean, you could just literally go up to a person and be like, and then nobody will hear you. But of course, if you do it in like a high-pitched kind of whisper, then it will look kind of, attention-grabbing. And the other thing that I hate about libraries is that, or libraries, I don't know how to say them, I'm sorry, I don't know. Because when I was younger, in my old school, everybody used to say library. And I said that as well, just simply because everybody else says it. I don't remember being taught how to say library or library or whatever. It's spelled library, right? Yeah, right. And, but it's pronounced, I have no idea. There's library, and, library, and library. I don't know how it's pronounced. I just use one of them once in a while. Oh well. So basically in the library, like whispering is allowed. It's not against the law. Like God. The other thing is, I don't get people when they're shy in a completely normal situation, like in a park. Let's say they are also, let's say there are people having a picnic, and let's say you're playing boomerang with another person. Okay, let's not say boomerang, frisbee, or boomerang if you want. Like, you know what a boomerang is, right? Anyway, so if they're playing one of those two games, that item, that toy that they're playing with, may land like in another picnic spot, and like instead of just being like, oh, maybe you should get it, yeah, I'm just gonna go buy something, I actually need to go to the bathroom. Like, stop making excuses. Get the damn frisbee or whatever, the thing you're playing with, go back and keep on playing. I mean, I don't get what's awkward here. I mean, if you think about it carefully, then it is a little bit awkward, but not that awkward as to like completely ignore the fact that those people could take your frisbee. They could. If you're not going to get it, they might think, oh, they threw us a frisbee. That's so nice, yet so unusual. They'll just probably think you're weird, yet nice. And you'll just probably think that nothing about them other than, are they going to give us the toy back or not? I mean, you can't just expect people to like straight away give you your toy back if you threw it there. Because they're probably like doing their own thing, and they may have not even seen your flying toy. So, moving back to fifth annoying person, but let's just quickly go back to fourth annoying person. You get my point, right, though? So don't be shy in any other situation. Just like do whatever you need to do. It doesn't matter what people think, so just saying. And like overall, I mean, everybody has their own like awkward situations and moments, so why on earth is everybody so like shy and so like trying to be so normal when we both have like two sides. We both have a bad side, we both have a good side, we both have a crazy side. I mean, there are many different types of people who have two sides that aren't bad and good. Some of them are like crazy and good, or bad and good, all types. So fifth person will be my conclusion to this thing. So the last person is probably your best friend, who may or may not embarrass you in the shopping center, because the most annoying thing that your best friend can do is like be super, well, like change their personality for a second. Let's say your best friend's like normal, funny, nice and kind and stuff, like a normal person that you would like to be friends with, and then all of a sudden, let's say you see some people from a place, you know, like school, or maybe some random people you met in another place that maybe you didn't get along with so well. So let's count them as your not exact enemies, but let's just call them enemies. And you just want to kind of avoid them because you don't know them, or because you know them and you just don't want to deal with this, and you just want to like go away from the whole situation. You just want to be like, ignore them, we're doing our own thing, forget about them, just move along. And then your best friend's like, oh, look, do you remember these guys? Let's say hi to them. Oh, why are you doing this? You know that these people aren't exactly like our friends or anything like that, so why are you trying to engage with them? Why are you trying to become closer to them? There is a saying that you need to keep your friends close and your enemies closer, but why should you keep your not exact enemies closer? Because you don't even know them. I mean, you do, but you don't, if you know what I mean. So that's the conclusion. Why do you do these things? Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, rate, and share. Love you guys, and bye.